3rd and 5, messy pocket, look out! Anderson knocked it away. That ball is alive! And it's recovered by Settle. Fumble by Tua. 4, blocked by Tunsil on Ogba. Stroud, end zone, touchdown. Collins. And they cash in on the fumble by Tagovailoa.
Against Baltimore on Christmas Day on Wednesday.
2nd and 6, Eichenberger block, and it's picked off on the play. Grabbed right there by Bullock. He is flying. I don't know if they're going to get him. Here comes Achane. There goes Bullock to the 5. Season for Houston. 2nd and goal. Stroud. There's a block by the wide receiver Woods. Caught by Collins. Touchdown, Houston. His second
on the day.
3rd and 5, Tua going deep. Oh, it's picked off. Stingley got it. Another interception. Hill out of bounds. What enough? Get help. Here's a long pass. Looking for Hill. And it's picked off. It's intercepted. Stingley's done it again. Stingley has done it again. His legs. 3rd.
And that's how we took the victory, man. What's up, Texans fans, man? Boy, Blastoff. Hey, after a Sunday victory, them boys came in and looked like we are playing some December playoff, defensively anyway, football. What a win. What a way to take the victory. I mean, hey, the offense a little frustrating, but guess what? We did get a second half score, something that has been eluding us for a while. But this defense, man, you know, they playing some crazy they playing some crazy ball, especially against top tier quarterbacks. You know, yesterday the Texans get the victory 20-12 over the surging, I would call them surging, Miami Dolphins. They had won 4 out of their last 5 games coming into Houston and looked like they were starting to get back on track. Don't forget, they had lost Tua for a large chunk of the season due to that concussion that almost had him, had him contemplating retirement. But we were able to put those guys into place. And they had a lot of drama coming into Houston themselves. Miami did. The Dolphins did. We shut down. We win the AFC South. Let's not let that get lost. That's the biggest thing of it all. Early, with still 3 games left, we can rest knowing that, that's not on the line, and we're not, waiting till the last game of the season and watching scoreboards to see what other teams do and things like that to see if we won the AFC South crown. We've done it, everybody. Welcome back. Let me just welcome back the fans, man. Welcome back the followers, the family, or the real talk, the real ones, man. Real Texans talk, man. Again, I'm your host, Darryl Blastoff, and it's been a journey so far this season. Doing this and, being able to, indulge even more interactively with the fans of the Texans and the family. H-Town made, I've learned a lot starting this thing and doing this thing and keep it rolling. It's not going to slow down. Not going to stop. I'm actually I love this, man. This is part of who I am. I love this team, and I'm starting to see things that, and I'm sure that you as fans are starting to see things that we have never seen before, or never seen this level of play from the team. The defense, man, them boys are scary good. Nobody wants to come see the Texans because they're going to walk out of here bruised and battered. I mean, we hit hard, man. They remind me of what Ravens team was that? Yo, Heaven Sent Delta, what's up, player? I see you out there, man. How you doing? You know, it just reminds me of the Ravens, man. I want to say, was it when was the Super Bowl played? And man, was it the 16, or 15, or 14? When was that? The 13 Raven, whatever, man. The Bernard Pollard and those boys, Joe Flacco. They go up to New England and the divisional round and put Brady. Put him down, man. These Texans are real serious when it comes to this defense. I mean, prayers for that guy Dubose. Um, I haven't gotten an update. I hadn't followed what happened after the game, but I know he did leave the game and had to go to the hospital because, you know, he ran into a brick wall, man. Kalen Bullock, and shout out to that young man, had an interception yesterday in the game. I think coming into this game, he had three interceptions coming into this game, and now he has four. Um, you know, and Stingley, man, he's been the talk of the league, talk of the town, talk of the internet. Is going viral, man, about how this guy is playing like a cornerback, separating himself from a lot of other cornerbacks, majority of the cornerbacks. His reactionary time, his intelligence, his anticipation. I mean, it's bar none. Next to it's only other couple of cats I think are playing on that level. Maybe Wiggins in Baltimore. Lassiter is holding his own. Him and Stingley and Wiggins are at the top when it comes to stat wise of QB ratings allowed, man. Completion percentage allowed when they're facing these guys. Um, you know, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than winning the division, shutting the Colts fans up, shutting the Titans fans up, shutting the Jags fans up. I've been seeing a lot of, and these guys got a lot of characters out there, man, on each of those teams. That a lot of fans, if you're on the Twitter sphere or if you're in any kind of social media, and you listen to other teams banter and they run their mouth, man, it feels good that we can be able to run our mouths again, back to back, AFC South champions. Um, we can go back and think about some of these fans, man. I'm not trying to roast anybody. I'm a humble guy. I'm humbled about the win because this ain't nothing for us now. We're used to making the playoffs. But I seen a guy, one of my I follow on Twitter. He posted. He said, "Yeah, this is good here to be back here again and this and that. But we've been here so many times. Now is the time to take the next step. It's no more going to the winning in the first round and winning the wild card game and then losing in the divisional round or whatever. It's time to make the next step, man. We want to see an AFC championship game, or bust. We got a tough road ahead of us, but we may have some things working in our favor currently at the moment. And I think some of you guys that know what's going on around the league and know what we have coming up where we're coming up against can kind of get to where I'm getting to here in a minute. But we've been here before, and we're gonna have to use our experience from last year. Hopefully these guys, remember locking it in their brain what happened in the divisional round last year against Baltimore. We were able to hold our own that first half of that game, keep it tied up 10-10, but after the halftime, we came back and they just ran away with it. And that was more of their experience. And so we got some young hogs on this team. Kalen Bullock, one interception. Will Anderson Jr., a strip sack fumble recovered by the team. And of course, Derek Stingley, man. I don't know why they keep trying this guy. Somebody lied and told these guys something. I don't know what they told them, but for some reason, they feel as though they can try this guy, and he's putting them in their place, man. And this Texans defense, we've lost games. Yes, we have. But I'd be willing to argue that the Texans defense has put us in places that we should have won a lot more games than we have. At least we should have won that Detroit Lions game. They lost last night, by the way, to the Bills. It was a good game, but I think it was like 45 to 35 or something like that. I didn't get the final score. But, yeah, they end up losing last night. And so, um, you know, we just have to get our offense to lock in, man. This offense locks in. And I know we're still reeling from the loss of Diggs, and the guys are banged up. Mixon was banged up yesterday. Looked like the league is still letting these guys get away with doing things and not calling whistles, giving us flags, giving us the flag when it comes to certain things. But again, we can go back to the Jacksonville game when it's debatable, you know, what Azeez Al-Shaair did. And I didn't get a chance to cover that game. But just touching back on that a little bit, Texans took care of business going down the wire out there in Jacksonville 2 weeks ago, and were able to, pull it out and swept them for the season. That unfortunate hit on Trevor Lawrence by Azeez Al-Shaair, I think it looked worse than what it really was as far as his intentions. I think that it did look like to me that he just had committed to that, trying to make that hit. It looked like he was just already locked in at this point in time because, he don't know if Trevor's sliding or if he's trying to get the first down. And if you study the tape, hey, Trevor can run and he'll take punishment and he'll dish out punishment. So, it was an unfortunate event. We lost Azeez Al-Shaair until, I'm guessing, the Titans game. Yep, because he's out this game. He's out Saturday and he's out next Christmas, on Christmas Day. But he'll be ready to go, and look like the defense played and put some tape on and showed their ass on his behalf yesterday. And man, we lucky, man. Look, Christian Harris came back and played a damn good game. Christian Harris played a damn good game, man. He's back. I know I seen him cover and make a tackle on a chain. He picked up where he left off, and he's just only going to get better as time progresses. So we're going to need him for Christmas. And hopefully he'll be in top prime position because he has speed and he has great coverage skills. And last I remember, especially that first half and most of that game, you know what? That last game in the divisional round, the last game he played in before he returned to the field yesterday, he had Lamar Jackson on the clamps as far as his ability to, Lamar's ability to scramble and create plays with his legs is uncanny. So Christian Harris was able to, keep him at bay last year. And yesterday it was just an Alabama Crimson Tide punishment reel. Will came out there. They were tearing. They got a couple of sacks. A couple of guys got a couple of sacks on Tua. And Will went to Alabama. Tua was at Alabama. Christian Harris attended Alabama. Mechie, amongst others. I know I'm missing a lot of guys, probably on both teams if I'm not mistaken. But this playoffs, I'm gonna tell you guys something that I believe. This playoffs is gonna be one of the tougher ones because you got the Bills 11-3, the Lions going in. You got the Green Bay NFC West. Man, those guys are tough. Oh man, Baltimore. It's just gonna be on their side and on our side, AFC and NFC side. It's gonna be tough, man. But again, I think that one thing that I can take pride in is that we're a defense now that nobody can just say, oh, we got them, because we've been shutting quarterbacks down pretty much as far as making them put up godly stats and whatnot. Josh Allen, man, we shut him down. I think he only completed 9, and he's right now currently looking like he's going to be the MVP of the league. I mean, if you listen to the hearsay going around, I mean, he's going to be the NFL offensive MVP if he keeps up what he's doing. But we have the defense. I mean, look, Petrie's out right now. Maybe he make it back, but I think that's in that surgery he had with his partially torn pec muscle. I think that's just gonna be too much for him to recover from. But I mean, in his place, you know, uh, the defense has been stepping up, and you know, Jimmy Ward has been stepping up in his place, and Derek Stingley played the slot yesterday a little bit, and he did his thing, man. I mean, I don't know why they keep testing this guy. This guy is an elite cornerback. It's a debate going on now. I don't know what they're talking about Sauce, because Derek Sauce, I believe, only has 2 career interceptions his whole career. Derek ain't no telling, man. I think Derek has at least 7 to 8 so far, in his career. But another thing is that D'Amico, man, has these guys. He's the face of that defense, and they're playing with his attitude. It's just this offense that's gonna have to wake up if we're gonna go far. The defense is going far. Can take us far. I think we can all see that now. The defense is elite. I think we can all, agree that this defense is top tier. But offense, man, we need to bring back that offense we had last year. We need that 2012 type of Matt Shaw type of offense where, you had Arian Foster. And we got to have this offense to match this defense because this defense is playing now. They taking the ball away. They probably leading the league now in takeaways, period. I think they were leading the last week anyway. I know that, Danielle Hunter has 12 and a half sacks. Will Anderson got 12 or so sacks possibly. And, Kalen Bullock has, 3 or 4 interceptions on the season. Even Kamari Lassiter, man, we are lucky, man. Do you know Kamari Lassiter is second behind Baltimore's Wiggins in QBR allowed, percentage completions allowed in the league. This is a rookie. And it's good to have Derek Stingley on the right of you. So we got 2 of the top 2 corners in the league, man. And the top, this boy, Kalen Bullock, is a hawk, a ball hawk and safety, man, out of USC, man. We're lucky, man. We've never had this much talent. I mean, these are serious talents. And I'm going to go back to shooting out of kudos to Nick Caserio, man. Cal McNair, man. These guys made the necessary calls, Cal, first of all, made the necessary, he's running the show. He made the necessary decision when I know his mind was, hey, we might have to get Khan or whoever other, or Riddick, or Louis Riddick, or whoever, or all these other people that were coming in or wanted to come in and that probably had interviewed and whatnot. He made the decision, let me go get Nick. And I for one, remember, again, in 2020, when the Texans were lost in the divisional round against the Chiefs, I remember everybody was on board with getting Nick Caserio. The fans. For some reason, the following year, Deshaun wanted to pick who he wanted to pick as GM and head coach. He wanted to have input in it. And when they grabbed Nick Caserio, after almost getting hit with tampering charges the previous year, they went on ahead and finally got him. For some reason, he wanted out, and they thought it was going to be the same old Patriots way. Man, Nick, man, GM, I don't know how he didn't win GM of the year. Man, that guy can assess talent. Him and D'Amico, man, they are matched, man, because they are bringing in some smash mouth talent, man, on this defense, especially on this defense. And I want to say that, where we are now, we've never had a defense this hard hitting. Somebody debate me on that. We've never had a defense that hits like this. I can't ever recall having, this much violence and anger. People starting to dislike it. We knocking boys out. We knocking them out. And it's not the goal, but this is 2 weeks in a row. You're getting them concussions are for free, and they handing them out. Texans are passing out concussions like Halloween candy. Okay? Let's not be lost on that. And this, hey, people, oh, man, y'all doing dirty. It ain't dirty, man. This is football. This is a man's gladiator sport. Go play flag football if you want to sit there and play touch, Philly. Nah, we putting them plastic on asses out there, laying that wood out there, man. And that's not, I know they're not playing to hurt people, but they playing hard. Jimmy Ward, man, these guys play so hard, they always hurting themselves. Jimmy Ward, how many times Jimmy Ward didn't, who was that? Jimmy Ward damn near gave, was it Kamari a concussion? He ran into his own man. Jimmy done hurt himself so many times because they playing at maximum impact. They trying to make sure you're going to not want to come up that middle. You're not going to want to, catch the ball in traffic around them. Because something coming off, the helmet or something coming off, and the helmet might come off and roll down the field, and your head might be in it messing with us. Shout out Tristan Jordan. Yeah, that's right, bro. He say they definitely the best defensive team so far. Yeah, man. This is definitely the best. I think what he's saying is this is definitely the best defensive team that we've had in the history of our team. And we've had some nice defenses. Bernardrick McKinney and those guys, Bernard Pollard, and we had those guys. But man, this here's another level of violence, man, that I'm they sacking it. And I mean, Danielle Hunter was the perfect veteran addition in his prime still to cohabitate alongside on the other side of the line with Will Anderson. Man, these boys eating. I just got a sense that, I say it again, this is probably going to be like a Cinderella story, man. And all CJ needs to do, I got to agree with, I called in on the radio today because I always call most of the time when I can catch them, whether I'm leaving the game myself or I'm watching and just getting the reaction. I'm listening to Sports 10. Shout out to Sports 10 Radio. Shout out to those guys up there, man. Everybody up there, man. Shout out to those guys, Sean and Seth and the new guy, I think his name is Rick or whatever his name is, with John and all those guys, Figgy, man, and Clint and Ron, man, with this crazy show takes. But Clint Sterner said something last week that, hey, I kind of agree with. I really do. Last year, he said, this is what he said. He said that CJ is going to have to be more of a game manager and stop, right as of right now. We know he has qualities because he won Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year last year, being a game changer. And I believe he's still that. But I think he got to get back to being what he was, true to himself, because until, was it Joe Mixon, I believe, that came in and pumped his head up with like, bro, you got some wheels. You might need to run a little bit. Get it when you can if you see it because you got athleticism, but go stay with what worked for you, man. You were a pocket awareness killer, fearless in that pocket. And you know what, though? You know something? That pocket ain't as strong as it was last year. And that pocket was behind a backup offensive line. And I don't know what it's going to take, but they had, who was that, Chop Robinson or Sealer? Somebody came straight up the middle, man, and bust them in the chops a couple of times. Like, they got to stop that, man. But I agree with Clint Sterner, man. I think that's the drive, yeah, at from 2 to 6. But I agree with him saying that, Stroud's gonna have to be, and when he said game manager, he gave him he put a compliment on the greatest game manager the game has seen, Tom Brady. Tom Brady was just operated with instruction. Tom Brady knew how to get that ball out in time, knew where to go, knew if this was coming and this breakdown, he had a check down. He and that right now, don't try to do too much. Don't try to be in competition with Jaden Daniels and Jordan Loves and them guys. You trying to win a Super Bowl. Just do what you did at Ohio State that got you where you got. Do what you did in the Elite 11 and do what you did in Rancho Cucamonga when you was playing out there in Cali, man. Just stick true to yourself, but work on your craft this season, man, off season, and whatever else you got to do to keep yourself sharp. All of the world ambassador, NFL ambassador tours you did in Dubai and wherever else I think he was at. I don't remember all the places he was. I think he was in Morocco, if I'm not mistaken, teaching football, Japan maybe. And that's all good. But you still a rookie. You were still a rookie coming league. I'm not no quarterback. Can't tell you what to do. All I'm telling you is stick with what works. I would suggest you stick with what works, man. You're a great quarterback. We love you. Hey, man, we love you, bro. But you're definitely representational of what we believe, as a role model for this city. Because the last guy, he had that face, but his underlying foundation wasn't what we thought it was supposed to be. It wasn't what we thought it was. But again, we got in on the division. That's right. We the division kings, man. Coming into this thing, the Texans were dropping games that we shouldn't even been dropping, that would give people, yes, you give people the benefit of the doubt to say, I don't know about them Texans. How you drop a game against Tennessee in your house? And I was in there, man. That disappointed us. Against Will Levis, who's been benched now. They don't know what to do with Will Levis at this time. They don't know what to do with Will Levis. He's been benched, man, but he came out here and was able to steal a game. That was a stolen game. We're supposed to be 10 excuse me. Yeah, we're supposed to be 10-4 right now. That's that game now. We're supposed to be 10-4. I do believe the last game of the season, we're gonna go out there and lay the wood on them like they ain't had before. I think we're gonna go out there and lay the smack down. But one thing we can say is now we're in. We gotta wait till the last game. So if they're talking about resting guys, I don't think they should rest guys now that we have the division. I don't think you should rest guys. I think maybe the ones that need the rest should get the rest. Like maybe if Mixon is hurt, because that guy did. I don't know the player who hip dropped him again, but they hip dropped him again. But and he was limping around a little bit, man. And I don't know what that is, what they pertains on the ref side to throw the flags and eject guys for that kind of play. But that can't keep happening, man. I mean, they almost costing us a play. Tyreek Hill, coming into this game, he ain't the Tyreek Hill he was last year and the years before, fantasy god. He came into this game with, I believe, 769 receiving yards on the year so far. He usually about this time, man, he'd be at 1,100 or something. But Hill had been. Seems like, is he in decline? No, maybe his mind ain't there. I don't know. Is Hill starting to get in decline? We're starting to see a lot of guys in decline. Odell Beckham, a couple of days before the Texans played the Dolphins, they parted ways. I don't know. They call it mutually agreed to part ways. You think Odell Beckham is done? Odell Beckham, is he done? They agreed to part ways. He just bounced from Baltimore. He run a ring with LA Rams, but he was hurt. He didn't finish those games. He won a ring with LA Rams. He went to the Baltimore Ravens. And then he was with the Dolphins, but they parted ways. So I don't know. Some of these guys, because Stingley picked off Hill twice. And picked him off. The last one took the ball literally out his hand and closed the game out. Stingley is an elite game changer. We see I'm so grateful and thankful that we got that brother on our team, man. Humble guy. It's hard to get him to say stuff. You watch these videos and those celebratory locker room videos with Coach, getting the guys to, giving them the rundown of what he appreciated about the game and giving out the game ball. Stingley got the game ball yesterday, And they had to drag him down there to get the game ball because he's so humble and reserved, man. He just lets his play speak on the field. He lets his play speak on the field. And, hey, he does a lot of talking. And, it's one thing to, you know, be out there jarring like who we had, the Richard Shermans and the Richard Shermans of the world, and the Ed Reeds and Josh Normans, stuff like that. But hey, man, this guy's humble, man, and we thankful for him. Kamari Lassiter, man, another one. We got so many guys on the team making plays. Who's gonna be defensive rookie of the year? It's a toss up. It's hard. That's good though. I guarantee you. I'm willing to bet Danielle Hunter makes the Pro Bowl. Will Anderson makes the Pro Bowl. Kalen Bullock makes the Pro Bowl. Kamari Lassiter makes the Pro Bowl, and Derek Stingley makes the Pro Bowl. I'm willing to bet that our defense is going to be, a lot of these guys are going to be voted in. We're going to have a lot of Pro Bowl from the Texans representing this year. And that's good. That's a testament to your team. A lot of the times when you got teams like that and you got that much talent on that side of the ball making the Pro Bowl, hey, that tells you a lot of those guys go to the Super Bowl and go to the divisional round. We got the team right now, the defense-wise, even if – and that's another thing. So next week, this upcoming Saturday, we play the Chiefs. Patrick got that limp. Who knows? Patrick got that limp. I don't know if Andy Reid wants to play him against us anyway. But I'm sure curious, and maybe he like, hey, we'll see you in the playoffs if that's where if you make it to, because I look at Pat like the last boss. You play the video game and you running through all the teams, and right now, who would be the team right in front of, who would be the last bosses? In the video game, you got the levels like Streets of Rage. Who remember Streets of Rage? You would go through and you would fight one boss, then you get to the next one, he toughen it. So the final three bosses would be Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and then you got to go through big boy Pat Mahomes. And I'm, for one, curious. To be honest, guys, I don't want him to be out. I hope he's not out. Now, if he is out, I'm not going to cry about it, because now we're just talking about seeding. I don't know what it would take for us to get to the second seed or the second seed, or maybe the first one. But I don't know if I think that may be out of play at this point in the season. But the Texans, I would really like to see, since they've been shutting down quarterbacks like Josh Allen. Josh only completed 9 passes. Shout out Alicia. How you doing? She say they got to come with better strategy for Stroud, playing up against the Ravens and the 49ers if they want to beat them. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. That the offense, we get it. The offense is going to have to wake up. I think that was everybody's sentiment after that game. Like, yeah, it was a damn good game, and the defense put on a light show for us, But that offense, man, we're not going to be able to make it if they don't wake up. And I hope that they can't. I kept saying earlier on in the earlier shows and things, that the Texans were reserving. I think they have. You got to think. We're going up against big bad Andy Reid, and he's a genius. Andy Reid is a genius. Big bad Andy Reid is a genius. And I think that the Texans may have a secret playbook. I think they may have a secret playbook. They may not, because if you show your hand against Andy, he's going to figure that out. That's just like Bill Belichick. Man, you got to respect Andy Reid, dude. Do you know, since I was a young boy, my favorite team back in the day was Donovan McNabb, T.O., way into, when I was a young man, 2004, I remember, 2003, 2002. Andy Reid kept the Eagles in the AFC Championship game, and I remember in 2004 they went to the Super Bowl. Andy Reid when Kansas City had Romeo Crennel, I believe, as their head coach back in the day, and they had that was it Matt Castle or whatever was playing so bad, he got injured, and the stadium and was erupting cheering that the guy got injured. But then guess what? And they had the guy, one of the Chiefs players that had, I think, killed his wife and killed himself. But whatever happened after that, they hired Andy Reid, and I remember just telling someone like, "Hey, that team is finna be good." And look at them now, 3 or 4 Super Bowls later. Andy Reid, you have to. He's smart, and I would if I was the Texans and if I was Bobby Slug and I felt like we were going to see him, I would have hit my best playbook and then throw some. And I'll start running my best playbook now. Now it's time to start running your best playbook. Now it's time to start running your best playbook. You know, now it's time to start bringing out your best things. You know, um, you know, yeah, they have a better chance with Mahomes out. Yeah, they do, but he's not going to be out. He may just be faking anyway. He may be faking. I mean, excuse me. I'm sorry. He may not be faking. He may be having a little limp or something, but they may just be getting him rest. His job is taken care of. They getting him ready for the playoffs, and I wouldn't want to put my quarterback up against this Texas defense right now. I would not want to put my quarterback up because they busting heads right now. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what happens Saturday. I for one, because since we already won a division, I for one want to see Mahomes. And I want to but you know what? Maybe it's a good thing that we don't play Mahomes. You know why? Because you play him once, he'll figure you out. It'll be hard. You can beat him once. It'll be hard to beat him twice. It'll be hard to beat him and Andy Reid twice. My prediction going forward is if Pat definitely don't play, I think we can steal one out there in Kansas City. I think that the Ravens are going to come in town with the Houston Texans are 0-4 against Lamar Jackson. And I think that they can come in. They've done it before. Have come in here and stole a game, and against us. I think that they can do it again here. But I think that if we have to play them in the playoffs, here again, because we'll host a game. We'll host a game. If we have to play them again, I think we can get them. But I think we do need the home field. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Alicia's saying that he got a bum ankle. I don't know. He does this. He got a history of limping around at the end of the season. And sitting out a game. He'll sit out. I guarantee you, he'll be ready final week of the season, or maybe even hit the whole rest of the season. Rest, man. That guy's a champion. He knows what he's doing. They trust Pat to sit out. They gonna need him all full go. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is hurt. His ankle is hurt. I wouldn't be surprised if that guy, sits out, the remaining 2 or 3 games, unless because they got the number 1 seed. They don't want to give up home. They don't want to give the home field advantage. But the Dolphins, man, going back to that Dolphins game, the Dolphins. I was on the radio listening yesterday, and Clint said, "Hey, they are a middle of the road team." Yeah, they are middle of the road, but we've lost to worse competition. We've lost the most to the worst competition. The Titans, for one. The Titans, we should have had no business losing to the Titans that game. That was a heartbreaker. But the Dolphins had won 4 or 5 coming into Houston. Since Tua had been back, and Tua had been playing lights out. I think he had what a 14 to 15 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, or excuse me, 1 interception or whatever coming in. And the Texans was able to pick him off 3 times yesterday. Man, and that was the same story with Goff. Goff had been playing very efficient football coming into the Texans that night. And boy, I wish we would have won that game, because you get him to turn the ball over 5 times. And we lose by a field goal, that would hurt. That hurt. But it's gonna be tough for the NFC too, because Minnesota, they just won again tonight. They just beat the Bears. So I think that Minnesota is 12-2. and right now, and you know, it's just gonna be some tough. This is gonna be a hard. Whoever we play, uh, we got the Bills, Ravens, and these guys are playing their best football. So the defense that we have, that's the good thing about the Texans right now. The defense that we have is built to beat those guys. That's the thing that nobody's talking about. We have the defense to limit these guys now. This defense that we got now, it ain't so much of we not worried so much. I believe a lot of us that know and follow the team, I think a lot of us know that we have the defense that can go up against a Patrick Mahomes now and keep him at bay. That can go up against a Lamar Jackson. And he's the only one that really worries me because of his mobility. But we already know what we can do to Josh Allen. We've already put Josh Allen, he went 9 for 30, I think, or something like that. Horrible statistics, man. The Dolphins, they think they scored off of a turnover. They only had 1 touchdown yesterday, man. This defense is good, man. We shutting down top-tier quarterbacks. This defense is built to win in the postseason. Everybody was expecting the offense to be the scariest part of the team this year. And it hasn't been that way. It hasn't been that way. The offense has not lived up to the hype, and partly because of injury, and partly because of play calling, and partly because of turnovers and CJ not being CJ of last year. That's why I say I agree with Clint Sterner on Sports Radio 610 again on the drive 2 to 6. Y'all check them guys out, man. They got some good content. Check them all out. John and Seth in the morning, 6 to 10, 10 to 2. Got John and I think his name is Richard. Excuse me, bro. I'm gonna get you. We welcome to the family in 610, man. But I agree with Clint, man, saying that Stroud's gonna have to be a game manager right now and do it efficiently. Stroud is not a game. Stroud is a game changer, but just don't try to do too much is what we're saying right now. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to just go for the big plays. Just be efficient, and let's get these first downs and third downs. Let's convert these third downs because we were always in the worst. We were leading the league in third down. Third down conversions we were leading the league, but we were still having third down and to go. We were starting further back than any 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10 penalties being called. And the penalties have been cleaned up for the most part a lot more on the offensive line. I can say that. But I don't know what it's gonna take to keep Stroud upright because he's not trusting that O-line, man. It's partly he got valid reason to scramble the way he does. But let's get back to being fearless, man. And I think that you'll win from the pocket more than letting these guys drag you out because we don't want anything negative to happen to you. We're knocking on wood. We don't need anything negative going with the quarterback because after that go down, then the ship probably gone after that. But the defense is so good, we could pull off a Trent Dilfer style. If y'all remember the 2000 Ravens won with Trent Dilfer, man. Hey, game manager, man. But Trent Dilfer can't compare to Stroud. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, don't try to do too much, man. Just stick true to who you were. That what got you here, and develop your game. Yeah, you got the first down, take it. If you see it clear cut, and I know that offensive line got you rolling out because you like, man, they gonna let me get hit. I'm gonna take a sack because they gonna blow up. A pass block or whatever. Somebody gonna blow an assignment. Here comes somebody in my face. So I get it, and I think a lot of us get it. Special teams, man. That was a cold call when they faked that punt and got their first down, and Darryl Wale damn near got the 10 or the 15 and fumbled the ball. Shout out to the Prez, man. I see you in the chat, dude. but you know, and they fumbled, but thank God he was down. That was a big play. Frank Ross, our special teams coordinator, man. Hey, that was a heck of a call, man. Um, you know, at the end of the day, man, we're 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 done with the Florida circuit. We done took care of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we done ran the Miami Dolphins out of town. And I was one the thinking that we were going to have to score 30 to beat the Dolphins because they had been putting up 30 uh, pretty often, especially in their victories. Uh, they beat the Jets, who we lost against, 32 to 26. And then they beat New England 34 to 15. In Las Vegas, they beat them 34 to 19. So I was like, hey man, we may have to score 30. But testament to our defense. Again, we're not allowing that here. These guys scored 12 points. These guys have scored 12 points coming in town. Tua was very efficient coming in town. Shut him down. Jalen Waddle got knocked out the game. And these Texans are some tough bunches, man. Uh, one thing I'll say is that D'Amico has these boys playing with his identity as far as defensive goes. And I think that let's just see what Bobby might got some tricks in the bag. Because if I was Bobby, and if I was a Texas organization, and I felt like, yeah, we gonna be winning football, we might have to take some losses that we don't want to take. But you gotta play chess. You gotta think 3 moves ahead. Gotta think 3 moves ahead, 4 moves ahead. You'll win the game more often. And if I was them, I would have been, planning like, hey, we got to see Andy Reid, so we can't put our best stuff on tape. Maybe we can let some of the stuff out the bag throughout the season. But I think Diggs had a lot to do with what they really want to do on offense. But man, we were prolific with Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, Robert Woods, Nico Collins. Nico Collins, man. They kept Nico under bay, man, yesterday. Nico had 17 yards. I think Nico had 17 yards. Yeah. Nico had 17 yards receiving, but he was efficient. He had 2 touchdowns. That's all that matters. I don't give a damn if you had 3 yards. You got 2 touchdowns and they won us the game. Hey, that's fine. We're not gonna complain as long as we get the points on the board. That's more important than the individual stats and yards. You spread that ball around like that, because I believe Tank Dell from yards from scrimmage had 86 yards. So Tank Dell was used a lot more in this game. I like to see Dalton Schultz used a lot more, as when they unexpected it, but because he had a couple of drops yesterday. And Tank Dell, I believe, had a couple of drops. CJ, man, 2 touchdowns, only 131 yards passing, dude. But it was efficient. No turnovers. That's game manager numbers. No turnovers. You did what you were supposed to do. We won the game. We got these guys up out of there. Just don't turn the ball over. We'll have a lot more chances. Don't turn the ball over, and they're going to have to work on their red zone offense, man. Because there's no reason that I think we kicked 1 field goal and maybe 2 field goals in the red zone because they weren't able to score at the red zone. And you're going to have to get those points going up against – you're going to take every opportunity to score when you're going up against teams like the Ravens and the Chiefs. And on the NFC side, man, I don't know who's coming out. You got the Packers 10-4, on the NFC North, Vikings 11-2, Lions 12-2. That might be the hardest division in football right now. But we don't worry about that. We AFC South champs. We got Kansas City coming up next. It's a gauntlet, baby. Short week, very short week, and I'm enjoying it, man. I just hope that we can make the best of this with these short weeks, because then 4 days later, we got to go against the big bad Ravens, and they coming into town. It's going to be a light show. Who's going to be in town? Who's going to be at the game? They say Beyonce going to be at the game. They say Mariah Carey going to perform some kind of way. I don't know if she's going to be at the game, but they say she's going to do a performance. So maybe she does something special for that game live, like Shania Twain does on Sunday nights. She does those performances. So, you know, yeah. Uh, Elijah Perez, man, he say the NFC North definitely putting up a fight, man. That's a tough division, dude. That's a tough division. I mean, I think the Vikings are now 12-2. Lions are, I don't know. They're putting up a fight, dude. That's a tough division. But even the Bills, man, and they racing for number one spot. I think if they're 11-3, they could probably get that number one spot. If the Chiefs got to have to win out, and I think they may still get the tiebreaker because they did beat the. I think they did beat the Bills earlier this year. If I believe they played each other, I think they played each other and they get the tiebreaker or whatever it is. But again, man, you know, I'm excited. This is a great moment. This is a great see. This is the type of football we need to be playing. I mean, and the record's not perfect, and we are suspect. But I'm hoping they got stuff cleaned up. And yesterday showed that a lot of things that they uh, were struggling with, especially like deep balls over the top, and really when Jalen Waddle went out yesterday, the Dolphins really didn't have anything else to go with. We know that the Dolphins were screen game connoisseurs. They good at quick pass screen. They got fast weapons on their team. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek, David A. Chain, Raheem Mostert. They got these weapons that they like to spread the ball. When you charge them with them blitzes, they tearing you up with those screen passes and whatnot. But we took care of business. That's all that mattered. AFC South champs, 3 games left still on the schedule. We can breathe easy, though, knowing that we playing playoff football. Elijah said, I want to see more charisma from Stroud. You know what? I think that he just, is trying to find a medium between staying focused on what the job is instead of trying to, make the attacking big plays and things. I think that his mind is just focused on not blowing it and giving the games away. And I think that those sacks that he's taking in that line, giving up those sacks, unfortunately, you don't know when you can't tell, you can't trust that offensive line. So I think he just has his head on the swivel. While his head is on that swivel, he needs to just be managing the game, no matter what. I know that coach sets him down and talks to him, the offensive coaches and Slowick and Gerard. I think that those guys, Gerard Johnson, I think those guys sit them and have meetings and they sit there and they talk and they trying to work through this offensive line problem the best way they can. Guys, Texans are 9-5. We're in a good place. Hopefully, we can reach double digits this Saturday. But whatever, we got the AFC South, and we got a lot of guys returning. Christian Harris being one of the biggest, especially to step in for Azeez Al-Shaair. I can't wait to see them guys play together. See, this is going to be very interesting to see guys like Azeez Al-Shaair. You got Henry To'oTo'o playing very good. Christian Harris, dude, this defense is very good, man. It's very good. They just got to clean up things, along the back. Just make sure. And this was a game where they didn't allow anything to really get over the top of them. And but again, Miami doesn't have that true stand-up big boy receiver that gonna create separation. Tyreek is that guy, but he ain't the same Tyreek, I don't believe. Maybe he has lost a step. He's been doing a lot of racing other people, PO and shit. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this game this Saturday. I want to thank all you guys for tapping in again, man. All the family and friends that tapped in and showed love on this stream, man. It's what motivates me and keeps me going. And we're gonna keep this thing going, man. Real Texans Talk, man. I am your host, Darryl Blastoff, Houston Texans, AFC South champs, baby. We're gonna keep this thing going. It ain't over yet. The Cinderella, this Rocky Balboa, Ivan Drago story is still in progress, man. We keeping it going, man. Y'all stay tuned in to the next episode. Real Texans Talk. Y'all be sure to follow me on X at Blastoff ENT and excuse me, Blastoff underscore ENT. And now we got a Blue Sky social. So y'all can follow on Blue Sky too. I'll put that up next time. I'll put it up. I'll tweet it on my, if you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, follow us on Instagram, The Real Texans Talk. And shout out to the Real Talk podcast, man. The Prez and me, we get it rolling, man. We got some episodes dropping 3-4 back to back this week. Y'all stay tapped into that, man. And again, man, everybody, we love the Texans, man. This is the Texans family show, fan base, man, and we show love to other people. Hey, I'm supposed to do a real good preview of the Texans Ravens, man, with a special guy, man, but a good friend of mine. A lot of y'all know this guy, but I'm looking forward to that. But again, shout out to all the Texans fans, man. We AFC South champions back to back, and we're not satisfied. We've been here before. We've been here before, but we want more now. We want more than just winning the AFC South champion. We want more. We used to that. I think this is our 8th division title. We're used to that. We want to shed tears as we break the divisional round and we going on to the AFC championship game. Come on, bring it on, man. We want to shed tears when we win the AFC championship game and go to the Super Bowl. Stingley said the other day, man, do you take pride in this and this and that? Yeah, it's good to get a win, but we looking for the Super Bowl. He said that. I'm trying to get to that Super Bowl. And he playing like that. Man, the guy playing like that. The guy say, we trying to get to that Super Bowl. Will Anderson, we trying to get to that Super Bowl. They know they got bigger aspirations. These guys are young and hungry. A team full of winners. A team full of winners. A team full of winners that have already won at the collegiate level. Especially Will Anderson. He done won with Alabama. Stingley, he done won with Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson and all them guys out there. We got a team full of winners. A lot of these guys we brought in from winning cultures. Nick Caserio, winning culture. Ultimately, the ultimate winning culture. And that guy bringing it in, man. D'Amico Ryans, man. A winner. Winning culture. He came from the Texans, drafted by the Texans, went over to San Fran, went over to Philly. You know what I'm saying? Went to Philly, went to San Fran as a coach. Hey, man, these guys been around a bunch of winning football, and we got a bunch of winners running this organization. Cal said, look, let me pick up a bunch of winners. Everybody was on Cal neck a couple of years ago, man, and that guy made the right decisions. Him and his wife come together collectively, and the brain trust and the think patterns they got and whatever they put together over there is working, man. And we not where we want to be. And I know fans going to roll out, man, but we 9-5, and we didn't drop games that we should have dropped. Yeah, that's how it ain't going to look perfect. It ain't going to look pretty. I'll go back to them Giants back in 05? Giants? 07, the Giants. I ain't saying that, they had a nasty defense. And they was rolling into the playoffs, I think, 9-7. They rolled into the playoffs 9-7 and won it all and took out the top dog. Eli Manning took out the top dog, man. Twice. So don't let that get lost. And we still got games to go. So who telling how we gonna roll into the playoffs? But again, man, We could talk about this all night, man, but I'm gonna let you. It's late, man. The games just rolled off. Everybody got to get to bed, got to get to work, and whatever. But I appreciate y'all again, man, for tapping in with your boy Darryl Blastoff, man. This is the Real Texans Talk, and we'll be back again, man. Preview on another show. We'll do the preview on the the Chiefs game coming up this Saturday. So I'll try to get one in, maybe Wednesday. 2 days from now or yeah, I believe that's when next. But I'll be putting the message out, man. But again, I thank you guys for showing love. It's a big happy family, the Texans family, man. We're in a place of positivity right now. Let's enjoy this week for the win. We got a big one coming up this Saturday. And y'all stay tuned, man, and follow. Keep it up, man. Keep following and keep liking and commenting and keeping me motivated, man, to keep putting out this content, guys. Y'all have a blessed one, man. Peace.